Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Maria Zakharova makes comments after NATO says Ukraine combat deliveries complete. 33 injured in missile attack. Although Russia wants to stay away from utilizing nuclear weapons, its patience should not be tested. In its standoff with the West over Ukraine, Russia does not intend to go down the nuclear escalation route, but countries should not try its patience, according to Maria Zakharova, a spokeswoman for the Russian Foreign Ministry. Her remarks come after a flurry of alerts from senior Russian officials, including President Vladimir Putin, that the risks of a catastrophic nuclear battle are rising due to Western military support for Ukraine. We will do everything to prevent the development of events according to the worst scenario, but not at the cost of infringing on our vital interests, Zakharova told a regular news conference according to Reuters. I do not recommend that anybody doubt our determination and put it to the test in practice, she added. The transfer of Western weapons to Ukraine and the enlargement of the NATO military alliance closer to its borders have drawn sharp criticism from Russia. This month, Finland, which has a lengthy border with Russia, joined NATO as its 31st member. Ukraine also wants to join, but other nations are against it. They, the US, continue to deliberately infringe on our fundamental interests, deliberately generate risks, and raise the stakes in the confrontation with Russia, said Zakharova. Former Russian President Dmitry Medvedev, a close Putin ally, said earlier this week that the world was quite probably on the verge of a new world war. The Ukrainian foreign minister and Home Office advisor both tweeted about the country's desire for US-built F-16 jets earlier on Thursday. F-16s, according to Dmytro Kuleba and Anton Gershchenko, would assist secure protection of Europe by deterring Russia rather than inciting it. In Chernihiv, a bridge has been damaged by Russia, according to the governor of the northeastern oblast. Russian shelling, according to Vyacheslav Chaus, damaged the passage across the Sudos River. It linked the communities of Muravyi and Gremyak, which are close to Novgorod-Siversky. Serhiy Seryenko, the head of the Novgorod-Siversky District Military Administration, said, "For several weeks, the bridges over the rivers of the Novgorod-Siversk community have been shelled. This makes it impossible to provide services to the population in a normal format, to provide food and other things. And it limits movement to the central self-government bodies." An ex-commander of the Russian Wagner gang who is now looking for refuge in Norway was found guilty of having an air rifle and getting into a pub brawl. A 2-week sentence with a 2-year suspension was imposed to Andrei Medvedev. According to Reuters, he was cleared on charges of attacking police officers. In a statement to Reuters, Medvedev said, "I want to thank the court for a fair ruling," adding that he was considering the future. "I am learning Norwegian and am hoping to be granted asylum." He crossed the Norwegian-Russian border in January and has since made public statements about his time spent fighting in Ukraine. He admitted on Tuesday to fighting outside an Oslo pub in February and interfering with a police officer's performance of his or her duties. On a different occasion on March 14, he admitted to carrying an air gun in public. However, Medvedev had entered a not guilty plea to a 4th charge of assaulting a police officer. On Thursday, he was declared innocent. Meanwhile, Medvedev will keep discussing his time with Wagner with the Norwegian police. War crime allegations against Russia in the conflict are denied. According to his attorney Brynjolf Rizens, now he can avoid jail and focus on what he came to Norway for, explain about his time in the war in Ukraine. According to the Ukrainian presidential administration, 4 Kalibr cruise missiles struck the southern city of Mykolaiv, killing 1 person and injuring 23 others, including a toddler, totaling at least 7 civilian deaths and 33 injuries between Wednesday and Thursday. According to Vitaly Kim, the governor of the Mykolaiv province, the attack caused damage to 22 multi-story buildings, 12 individual homes, and other residential structures. According to defense sources, the Kalibr missiles were launched from a location near the Black Sea. The leader of Russia's Wagner, Yevgeny Prigozhin, has claimed that he was kidding when he announced that the mercenary organization would cease firing in Bakhmut to allow Ukrainian forces on the other side of the battlefield to demonstrate the city to visiting U.S. journalists. Prigozhin said in an audio message on Thursday, A decision has been taken to suspend artillery fire so that American journalists can safely film Bakhmut and go home. In a later audio message, however, he said, "Guys, this is military humor. Humor and nothing more. It was a joke," Reuters reported. The longest and bloodiest fight of the war, Wagner has been leading Russia's attack on Bakhmut throughout the summer. However, Ukrainian forces have so far prevented Russia from gaining complete control of the city.